Hi, this is Colin from Watch Off the Cuff. I'm overdue for an update. It should be a New Year's update. It is the 3rd of January this morning. Anyway, want to give you a whole bunch of updates. I think, first of all, it sounds hokey, but I'd like to start off with a little bit of gratitude. It has been a great, great year for Watch Off the Cuff. Thank you for all the comments, and thank you for all the emails. And thank you for all the people that have supported the store and bought stuff, and even the people that didn't buy any stuff but reached out for advice. And if I could have helped them in some way on their journey, in watchmaking or watch repair, then all the better. That part's been fantastic. And I've got a lot of new stuff planned for 2026, which seems like a real shift. Like the channel and then the business itself has kind of taken on a life of its own, and a clear path has emerged where I can, serve people and provide a benefit. And that's just been super exciting. So a lot of that is like new products or new initiatives. And so without me writing, so first of all, thank you. Please continue to reach out, continue to comment, and I will try to help and pass on whatever I know. And if I don't, I'll try to get you somewhere where I think someone does. So on the product side, first of all, I've got a bunch of new stuff in the store, and I keep selling out. So I've got more stuff on the order. I've got big orders with WOTC and Bergeon just ready to hit on Monday, January 5th, when they open again, to get some more stuff in here, to restock all the stuff that's sold out. They basically shut down for the better part of 2 weeks, as a lot of businesses do. But it's just been so busy that the stuff is just flying off. So I'm sorry that I'm running out. I buy a ton and then it goes. So that's a good problem, I guess. But it also means that you're looking for stuff that I have and I can be of service. So that's amazing. Okay, so a couple of things on new products that are already on the website that currently say sold out. So anything that says sold out on the website right now is typically on order and will be replenished, right? Otherwise, I would just remove it entirely. So if you see something that's there, just hold on tight. Within a few weeks, depending on from Switzerland, it might be 3 or 4 weeks before I get it. That's going to be, replenished. If you are desperately worried that there's an item that's sold out now that you're not going to be able to watch when it gets things, just send me an email and I'll send a little reminder for myself to reach out when it's in stock, or I can reserve the item for you. So please, don't worry. And I guess without saying, this is going to be rambling. I'm so sorry. I got two camps of people that watch the channel. They're like, you talk too much. And other people are like, can you please talk some more? So sorry. Anyway, now what was I going to say? That anything that is out there, especially from WOTC and Bergeon as an authorized distributor, if you see anything or are wondering if they have it, reach out, because I have access to all that and we can easily special order whatever you want from either of those people. Just reach out. Okay, so new stuff that's gonna happen. I made a little list, so I'm gonna remember everything. So first of all, a new item that was added in the fall is, I'm gonna put on, I've got some new glasses too. I've got the new 7913-L lightweight series of loupes from Bergeon. This is amazing. This is like a game changer. Look at this. Instead of having this big bulky thing, boom, there you go. The optics quality is excellent. It's so lightweight. I'm just like, oh. Anyway, so also I've sold out of a few models of those because I brought a few in going, I wonder what the market's going to be. I think it's amazing. I just bought it for me. I'll bring in some extra. And then I sold out of a bunch of items. So that's also going to be replenished in much larger quantities. So if there's a focal length or magnification level you're looking for, you don't see it. Also, I think I've got 3 or 4 of the regular ones, but there are some higher and lower magnification levels. Just reach out. I can get whatever you want. Anyway, so that's very exciting. So the other thing is, and I was going to pull it out of the box, but it's like I'm going to wreck the box pulling it out, is the Bergeon 2460 sharpening plate for tweezers, which actually is in stock right now. It's a little plate. And you can run it back and forth. And if you're looking at honing an old set of tweezers, that was very interesting. And I also have the 7971 glass cleaning pens, which I sold out of in the last 2 or 3 weeks. They're also going to be on order. So if you're looking for a way to clean the crystal on the watch and give it a final touch up, then that's good. The other thing, which I wouldn't mind asking, I have one myself, but there's the 5774 infrared UV light, which is infrared UV, which is great to finally inspect. You put that on, and any little speck, will show up bright on the thing. So I use that as a final inspection tool. I could stock these. It's a rechargeable. It's got 2 light levels. There's those. If you ever, there's the 57. what did I say, 54.74 as an option for something. Again, all you have to do is say, yeah, that's of interest to me, and I can stock it. I'm just trying to. It's so like so many different things. Okay, so that's on there. So also, um, some other generalized stuff. So peg wood is great, and you can hone those, and you can load up with diamantine powder, which we'll get to in a minute. And you can use it for polishing. You can use it as a stick to hold things. Great. But if you're looking at some more like high horology polishing, I'm going to have some Gential polishing wood in the new year, and that's uh, uh, denser than boxwood, but softer than this, and it's much better. They use it to like polish like bevels and chamfers on watch movements things. So if you're looking to go super high end, I'm going to have this specialized wood for that. You'll feel very Swiss using it. And then I just talked. We're going to have diamantine powder in. Um, a fine polishing powder, which people use to do like like black polish or whatever, or like very mirror finish. Uh, just for people to know, it's I'm pretty sure I should have fact checked this before. I'm pretty sure it's essentially aluminum oxide, which is very hard and can be made into a very fine powder. You can put it with a light oil, so you could even use mineral oil and you make it into a paste, and then you can charge pegwood or gentian wood or whatever, and you can use that as a very fine of polish if you're looking for a mirror finish. The other thing, too, is that you need a very flat steel plate, or some people use a zinc plate for it. I will also have a steel plate designed for diamantine powder with the lid, because you don't want it contaminated in any way. Kind of like oil, anything that contaminates, that's going to wreck its ability to make a perfect finish for you. So I'm going to have the container. So if you're like, I want to get into black polishing, and how I'm going to start, I'm going to have a couple of grades of diamantine powder, a fine and a medium. If you have some basic watch oil or some sort of light oil like mineral oil, you can make the paste. And then with either existing boxwood, or I should say boxwood, it's lime wood. These ones are lime wood. Anyway, any kind of like, wood that you're going to charge to polish. I've got the gentian wood that's coming. You could be completely set up to do some black polishing between the plate and some wood implements to charge, and you'd be good to go. So anyway, so I'm excited about getting someone else to do that. I personally, I'm getting off the thing, but I personally had this tin plate that I used to use to do it. Anyway, you just, at the time, I didn't know where to get this stuff. So I'm so excited that in Canada, especially, I'm in Canada, but I can ship anywhere. So don't I ship to the US and Europe all the time. But it's just exciting to be able to get this stuff that I couldn't find in the beginning when I was starting out. I'd be like, where do I get this stuff? And then here it is. I'm now able to put it in the store and get it to people. Anyway, so super excited about that. Anyway, sorry. I get excited. Anyway, so then the other thing too, just to round things out, if we're talking about crystals, I'm going to have GS Hypo Cement. I mean, you can buy this stuff around. This is it right here. So you can use that to set, if you've got a glue-in crystal. The nice thing about that is that you have a little bit of time to work with it. After it sits for about 10 or 15 seconds, it gets a bit gummy. And then if there's any stuff that's kind of, oozed out when you're trying to make a really good seal around a crystal, you can just take a piece of pegwood or whatever and scrape off the excess, and it comes off very clean. So anyway, I will have that. Also, I will have a circuit repair solution, which is basically a little bit of liquid metal. So if anyone out there has slipped and hit the coil on their quartz watch, and now it's done because there's this tiny break in the coil, you can now put a little dab of this and it fixes it. Anyway, so I'm happy about that. Also with solutions, which I haven't had in the past, is that I will have one dip solution available in the new year. So if you're just either it goes to the cleaning, it isn't quite clean enough. This has happened to me sometimes with really gunky hairsprings. Anyway, you can dip it in there. It's kind of a one-go thing. And or even if you're just starting out and you're like, I'm just going to manually clean, you can get away with one dip and just go through and get the stuff clean. If you're, I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, don't worry, but I just use denatured alcohol, or I use kerosene or whatever. And you're like, I'm not comfortable using that. Whatever, you can use this one dip solution, and you're going to get a good result. And you're not going to do something really crazy. On that front, which is also new for this year, I have shallow glass dishes from 60 millimeters all up to 120 millimeters, designed to put those parts into a shallow dish to clean them. Probably seen other people on it. I've seen them on Instagram where you got the guy where he puts in the thing in the parts in the shallow dish. Like, where do I get those shallow dishes? I got them this year. I got them anyway. They actually, that's one thing I do still have in stock. They haven't completely sold out. I mean, I've sold out a couple of times. Anyway, again, I'm getting super excited. Okay, so we got the one dip. So then the other thing is I'm going to stock, again, they're going to be here in like 3 weeks or so, is Lume application kits. People call me, they're like, how do I start doing Lume? How do I do this kind of stuff? So I'm going to have a Lume application kit in 3 colors. It's like white, yellow, and green. And then it's got the actual pigment itself, non-radioactive, of course. And then like the binder and then a diluter so you can like manage how liquidy it is for the application process. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, so then there's even more. Okay, so it's also on the website and is showing coming soon under watch parts under materials. So now you've got a situation where someone's like, okay, well, I've heard that I need to make this. This happened from the video that I do with the Gucci ladies watch, where you have to have this like hook tool. And somebody reached out and said like, where can I get this tool, whatever. And I'm like, I found it a long time ago, and I couldn't remember what it was. And I made my own tool, which is literally like right here. It's like super high tech. It's literally like just a small hook that's honed the way I need it to get in there and release this thing. Anyway, this person found the tool, and then the tool was so soft it didn't work. He was like, "Oh my goodness!" I mean, it was cheap. It was like something like $5 US from a supplier in the US. I was like, "I'm so sorry it didn't work out." So the question is, what do you do if you're trying to like make the odd tool, or you're trying to like do like make a pin or something for a bracelet? It's like, where am I getting the materials for this stuff? So coming soon, I should have it with, I think, even less than 2 weeks, hopefully, or less. I'll have a number of new materials for you to make stuff. So one of them is I've got 2 selections of brass wire, which rod in 6-inch lengths in various sizes, from very, very small, like, like 0.7 millimeter up to like 4 millimeters in diameter, to make various like, stuff if need be. Probably the least useful of everything. Then I've got some steel wire that you would use, like, for example, to do this. I just want some regular steel wire. If you're going to do a little fancier, I've also got some nickel silvered steel, so actually I actually made this out of the nickel silvered steel. And this is actually from the British Horological Institute Module 1 from their watchmaking correspondence course. So this is great that you can make things that you're going to keep, and then of course, it has enough nickel content that it won't, like similar to stainless steel, it won't tarnish. So you could do some things with that. Also really good if you need to make a pin or something. And again, I've got that in a wide range of gauges as well. So that's coming. So with that, like, again, I'm making some levers. This is for a small clock or a pocket watch to remove hands. But with a smaller gauge, you could literally make your own. I mean, here's the Hortec version. Here's their 2.5 mil. You could literally take a length of this stuff and chop it off, file the ends, curve it, and you could make your own. So if you're interested in like, how do I up my game in terms of watchmaking tomorrow, without, for those of you who are like, I'm not going to buy a lathe or a crazy milling machine tomorrow, but what can I start to make to hone my skills? That's a great way to do it. Oh, I hit the table hard enough, the camera moved. To start doing some crazy stuff. So then the other thing that happens, it probably happened at some point, is you've got a click spring or something on, like, the ratchet head on, like, your main barrel on the watch, and it goes flying across the room. You're like, now what I'm going to do? I'm going to have spring wire available for sale in like a whole bunch of like gauges, like, I don't know, like 13, 14, 15 different gauges, so that if, for example, you lost that, then you could literally make your own click spring. Also, it's going to be in gauges large enough that you could make your own loop wire if you need to do it. Again, just like here is some tempered and ready to go spring wire for you to also make when you need to make. So I'm just anyway, I'm super excited about that. So anyway, like, I have that like from my past, and I've had to make a few click springs. They have gone flying and have been lost or whatever, or they crack or break or whatever. So I've had that in the past, and I feel like I'm finally like solving the problem that I had 10 years ago, and now I have the opportunity to solve it for you. So I think I probably ranted on long enough. I'm really excited about putting all this stuff together. There's new stuff on the website every day, including like this year I started selling time graphers. Trying to think, and just tons of stuff. There's like more. Again, if you haven't been to the website in a while, go check it out. There's tons of new stuff I'm trying to put on there all the time. Some really fancy stuff, like expensive stuff, albeit, but also I try to focus on having a bunch of other like way more practical and entry-level stuff. For example, as I have an Asian made, it's from India, crystal press, which is very similar to the first crystal press I bought, until literally like I was starting to use it so much that like the dies would crack and it'd start to like wear it out. But if you're starting out, you're like, I'm going to do the odd, crystal replacement, or I need to put the odd snapback back on like a quartz watch or whatever. It's a great way to start. Like, you don't have to spend like $1,300 on a top of the line crystal press tomorrow. So anyway, just to do it. And that's what I did too, until I started doing it a lot, or when I, crossed over the line and to do it commercially every day. That those tools didn't hold up, but it didn't matter because I was getting paid to do the work and all that. So yeah, I think that's it. I mean, it's different kind of screwdrivers every day. I guess that's it. By now, everyone's like, I got to get off this video. Anyway, thank you very much. Again, please, all the people that have reached out over the last year, please continue to do so. New people continue to do so. And yeah, just thrilled. Thank you. Thank you again. All right. I've talked long enough. Till next time. Cheers.